Okay, today we're going to learn two tools in this video. The first tool is going to be the path tool, which is right over here. And the next tool is going to be the recorded tour tool. Try to say that fast. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a path up that approximates the expedition of Lewis and Clark, who were asked to survey the western part of the United States in the early 1800s. And they were told to start in St. Louis, Missouri, and try to find a way to get to the Pacific Ocean. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in, and we're going to get to St. Louis, Missouri, which is in the eastern part of Missouri. And oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, up here next to the pin, that's how you get to the panels pages. And so once we have that open, we have St. Louis here. We're going to make a path. So we're going to click on the path tool, which is right here with the dots, and it's very much like the other tool that we use, the polygon tool, and we're going to call it Lewis and Clark's Expedition. And we're going to click on that, and then we're going to take the path tool, and I guess I have to do that again, but that's okay. So we're going to click, and we're going to click, and this is the approximate path of the Missouri River, because they started out in canoes and took the river hoping to find the outlet to the west coast of the Pacific Ocean. And they passed through lots of places on the way, and they curved up into what's now North Dakota. Of course, it wasn't there then. And then they had to cross the Rocky Mountains, which was not an easy thing to do. But and of course the river didn't go through it, but they eventually got their way across the Rocky Mountains on horses, and with the help of Indian guides, got to the Pacific Ocean right about here. So this is the path that they took. So now that we have the path, we're going to make a tour, and I'm going to just do Lewis and Clark, and click OK. And now what we're going to do is, now that we have that path, we're going to go to the tour, record a tour, and we're going to click on that, and down here on the bottom you can see that there's a little panel, and I'm going to click on this panel right here, which is now recording our tour. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit and start with St. Louis, Missouri, where our path is, and maybe a little more. And then we're going to work our way with our tools up, north, and then as we go a little bit north, we can actually change the perspective, like we're flying in a plane. And turn a little bit so that we can actually see the path that we're taking, which would be this way. And now we're headed straight across. So we'll follow this path up through what's North Dakota now, and down through Montana and Wyoming, and then through the Bitterroots, these mountains in Idaho, and finally to the end, which is the Pacific Ocean, which is what they were trying to find. So now that I'm finished with that, I'm going to stop it. And I'm going to play it. And this is the playing of what we've just done. So you can actually trace the approximate route, and everything that I did at that particular time while I was recording will come out for you. We go north, and we cross over through what's now Wisconsin. These states were not named at that point, but you can see their path. And we're playing for over a minute. Now we've got the perspective. Now I try to turn the earth a little bit. I sort of turned it the wrong way, but I got myself straightened out here, as you can see. And now I can see from Minnesota all the way across the country. It took them, I think it took them about a year and a half to get across, and it took them shorter time to get back because they knew which direction they were going. But finally, they ended up at the Pacific Ocean, which is what they wanted to do. It was the first white people expedition that was able to navigate their way across this vast country. So, when you're finished, you should be able to make a path and a tour of Lewis and Clark's expedition.